Yes, today we'll discuss about the spinal cord. Spinal cord is a part of nervous system, central nervous system. As you know, nervous system has two parts, peripheral and central. So this is part of central nervous system. If you make a diagram, you will find here you can see this is position of this is pons and this is medulla oblongata. So this part is pons, this is medulla oblongata, and here this is at level of upper border of C1 vertebra. This is level of C1 vertebra, upper border of posterior arch of the C1 vertebra. So from here this is spinal cord. So length of spinal cord is about 45 centimeter in male, and in female it is 42 centimeter, and its weight is about 30 grams. It occupies about upper two-third part of vertebral canal, and it extends from upper border of posterior arch of C1 vertebra to lower border of, this is, here is position of, this is lower border of L1 vertebra. In case of adult, at time of birth, it extends, the spinal cord extends up to L3 vertebra. In adult, it lies at level of L1 vertebra, this part, and in case of infants and children, it lies at level of L3 vertebra. During intrauterine life, during third month of intrauterine life, the length of spinal cord is equal to length of vertebral canal. But due to differential growth after this third month of the intrauterine life, the level of spinal cord reaches L3 at time of the birth, and during adult life it reaches at the L1. So this is anterior view of the spinal cord. If you look at the transverse section of the spinal cord, this is transverse section of the spinal cord. It is elongated cylindrical structure. This is grey matter, and here this area is white matter. So this is grey matter. So this is H-shaped grey matter. This is position of the central canal. This is central canal. Here is posterior median sulcus. This is posterior median sulcus. This is posterior median sulcus, and anteriorly here is, this is anterior median fissure. So here is sulcus and this is fissure on anterior side. Here are roots of the spinal nerve. So this is the spinal nerve, and it has ventral root, dorsal root. This is dorsal root ganglia. This is spinal nerve. This is spinal nerve. This is spinal nerve, this is ventral root, this is dorsal root. Dorsal root has ganglia. This is here the side of the ganglia. This is side of the ganglia. First of all, we will discuss about the covering of the spinal cord. Covering of the spinal cord, that means meninges. So first of all, we will discuss about the meninges. These are the covering. In cranial cavity, there is cranial meninges, and here in spinal cord, in vertebral canal, there is this meninges is spinal meninges. So this meninges is spinal meninges. So we will discuss about the spinal meninges. There are three layers: dura mater, arachnoid, and pia. So these are three coverings of the spinal cord. And as you know, brain is covered by three layers: dura mater, arachnoid, and pia mater. Here there is slight difference in the dura mater. Here dura mater is only one layer, that is meningeal layer. This dura mater is made up of only one layer, that is meningeal layer. But in case of brain, the dura mater is of two layers, that is endosteal and meningeal. That is endosteal and meningeal. So here endosteal layer is not present. This is outermost layer, dura mater. Then next layer is arachnoid mater, and innermost layer is pia mater. So if you see pia mater, this is innermost layer which covers this This is pyometer. This is pyometer. This covering is pyometer. It is firmly adherent to spinal cord and root of the nerve. So this is pyometer. Innermost layer is pyometer. So this layer is pyometer. This is pyometer. Here, this pyometer forms an anterior side in the anterior median fissure. Here, these two layers joins and forms linea splendens. This is linea splendens. This is linea splendens. So it extends here. This is median fissure. So from here to here, this is linea splendens. Here, if you make another diagram of the spinal cord, this is C1 level and this is L1 level. This is spinal cord. There are two enlargements we will discuss later. This is median plane, this is median, anterior median fissure. This is anterior median fissure. So here is anterior median fissure. This is upper border of C1 vertebra, here is lower border of L1 vertebra. This lower part of spinal cord is conical. This is known as conus medullaris. This part is known as conus medullaris. This is conus medullaris. This is conus medullaris. Conus medullaris. So here, this pyometer, innermost layer, covers, and here it forms the linea splendens. So anteriorly it forms a linea splendens. And if you see on, this is position of the pyometer. This below the level of conus medullaris, this pyometer forms a card-like structure and extends up to coccyx, first piece of the coccyx. So this is first piece of the dorsum of the coccyx. So it extends to here. This is known as hilum terminate. So this pyometer here form the linea splendens. This is linea splendens, and this covering extend below the level of conus medullaris. This part. This is known as linea. Sorry, this is known as hilum Phylum terminale. This is known as phylum terminale. It extends from L1 to first piece of the coccyx and dorsal aspect. This is phylum terminale. And the modification, here it forms a septum. This forms a septum. Here is fenestrated septum. Here is position of second layer from inner to outer surface, that is arachnoid. From arachnoid to this sulcus, posterior medial sulcus, it forms fenestrated subarachnoid septum. So this is subarachnoid septum, fenestrated subarachnoid septum. This is subarachnoid septum. This septum is fenestrated. It has small holes or small openings. And fourth most important thing, which forms the pyometer, that is ligamentum denticulatum. So ligamentum denticulatum, here you can see this is, suppose this is arachnoid, this is arachnoid, and here is durameter. So this is durameter, and next layer this is arachnoid matter, and innermost is pyometer. So this pyometer here on lateral side, it forms here it forms a process this is ligamentum denticulatum. So if you see here in this diagram, this is ligamentum denticulatum. Here is ligamentum denticulatum. This is ligamentum denticulatum. Here tooth-like process on the lateral side. This is ligamentum denticulatum. This is ligamentum denticulatum. Ligamentum denticulatum. This is ligamentum denticulatum, tooth-like process. This process here pierces arachnoid. Here is position of the arachnoid matter. This is arachnoid. It pierces with the arachnoid and attached with the dura matter. Attached with the dura matter. Here like dura matter. So it attached with the dura. So it pierces the arachnoid. Yes, arachnoid. So here you can see this is ligamentum denticulatum. So ligamentum denticulatum supports this and keep it in middle position, in midline position. So these are the ligamentum denticulatum. Number of ligamentum denticulatum is 21 pair. So 21 pair. First pair here just below, start from just below the foramen magnum, and last pair, this is last pair, lies between L1, T12 and L1 vertebra. It lies between T12 and L1 vertebra. So this is ligamentum denticulatum. So you have seen there are 4 modifications or the 4 processes formed by pyometer. This pyometer is 4 processes. Linear splendens, one part. Here is subarachnoid septum, another part, and another thing here is filum terminale. This is filum terminale. Next thing, ligamentum denticulatum. So this is 1, this is 2, this is, here is 3, and this is 3rd, this is 4th. This is ligamentum denticulatum 4. Ligamentum denticulatum 4. Next layer is from this, there is arachnoid. Between this and this there is subarachnoid space. This is subarachnoid space. This subarachnoid space. This space contains CSF. This is subarachnoid space and contains CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. And this is continuous with this CSF of the brain. In lower part, below the foramen, below the conus medullaris, here you can see this subarachnoid space is large and roomy. This is known as lumbar cistern. This is known as lumbar cistern. Lumbar cistern. C-I-S-T-E-R-N. Lumbar cistern. Lumbar puncture for taking out the cerebrospinal fluid is done here between L3 and L4 vertebra. Between L3 and L4 vertebra. So this is arachnoid, and outermost layer is durameter. And here, as you know, durameter is the outermost layer. Here is durameter. This is outermost layer, durameter. This is durameter here. So on the lateral side, this ligamentum denticulatum attached with the durameter. Attached with the durameter here. And difference in cranial dura and spinal dura. Spinal dura has only one layer, that is meningeal layer, and in cranial dura there is 2 layers, that is endosteal and meningeal layer. And another thing, in cranial dura the meningeal layer forms 4. This is meningeal layer, this is endosteal layer, outer layer, here is meningeal layer. At some places form fold. These fold are known as forks, like forks cerebri, forks cerebelli. These folds are known as forks. This may be forks cerebelli, tentorium cerebelli, according to position. So we will discuss later. So this is cranial dura, and in spinal dura these folds are not present. So folds of meningeal layer is not present. Another thing, here you can see the space. This is durameter. Outside the durameter there is space. Outside of this durameter there is space. This space is known as epidural space. Epidural space. Epidural space, in case of cranial meninges, this epidural space is not present. Here in epidural space, here some fat loose connective tissue and internal vertebral venous plexus is present. Internal vertebral venous plexus. So here internal vertebral venous plexus is present. Internal vertebral venous plexus is present. So this epidural space. Just below this pharyngeal end there is another space. So this is epidural space which contains loose connective tissue, fat and internal vertebral venous plexus. Internal vertebral venous plexus. This is pharyngeal area of dura mater. Deep to dura mater is subdural space. This subdural space contains thin film of fluid. Capillary like thin film of fluid is present here. And here below the arachnoid, subarachnoid space. The subarachnoid space contains cerebrospinal fluid, and this space is largest here below the conus medullaris. This is site where lumbar puncture is done for the taking out of the cerebrospinal fluid. So you have seen the spinal cord and meninges. Here again you see here this pia mater from here to this is coccyx. This is filum terminale. This is position. Here is position. This is level of S2 vertebra. Level of S2 vertebra. This is level of S2 vertebra. Here, this dura mater extend up to S2 vertebra. Arachnoid extend up to S2 vertebra. And this pia mater extend up to coccygeal first vertebra. So this from here to here, this is filum terminale, which is a part of pia mater. Above to this is filum terminale internus. The length of this is about 15 centimeter, and below to this is filum terminale externus. Length of this is 5 centimeter. So total length of the filum terminale is 20 centimeter. This is filum terminale, which is a part of terminal part of pia mater. So this is all about the meninges of the spinal cord.